So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there for KC. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive.
CD, that call, it took some guts. It's not like they were at the 1-yard line. They had some distance to go.
They certainly did. And, you know, a lot of people might say that's fly by the seat of your pants type of coaching. But it's also sending a message out there. We're going to be unpredictable. You can't prepare for anything with us. You never know which way we're going to go. We zig, you zag.
And now some serious opening drive momentum. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Stafford on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he goes out right around the 39. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away.
Here's Hardman to return. $13 yards the tally on the return there.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now he's forced out left. Sheds off the tackle.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
On the return is Brandon Powell.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Von Miller, he's the one credited for the sack there, but certainly no credit given offensively. That play, well, it defies logic. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
He's going to keep this again.
Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Escapes the sack. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Shedding the tackle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Back deep, Brandon Powell.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And look at this. It's a fake. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down.
Okay, that was a fake punt, and it was successful. Throwing the football, I know you threw the football in your past off of a fake.
Yeah, but unsuccessful back in my high school days. Old Tim Jones dropped it, hit him right in the numbers. But I'll tell you what, these guys, they love this opportunity, don't they? A chance to get involved.
They certainly do, and many of them were quarterbacks or big-time players when they were in high school and college. So to get back doing what they did before, always fun.
Being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Aaron Donald with a sack.
Back to throw. He'll buy some time right.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. Flush to his right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there on the scramble. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they'll get this down to the 10.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw, escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. That catch good for only a couple. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes. Get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Hardman on the return.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Taking it about the 36. 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 50 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Steps away to his left. He's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend the play, but you don't...
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
They'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on?
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Chiefs are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Now Stafford. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
The Chiefs on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing left side, it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And that is caught for the touchdown. Kansas. His second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. And oh, can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's fourth down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big play there for KC. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And it's caught. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Fielded at the 20. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And some space here. A nice little juke. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Let's go.
A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. They're going to try and throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Front and the back end. Pass rush.
Together, the front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And Gay knocks this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And going deep for Hill. And this one is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And going deep for Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached half. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From just inside, now a hit and a loose football. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel